Gotta remember.
No. They feel like Kaiser Hospital. Downtown.
Thank you.
All right, great. Okay,
Thank goodness, Justin.
so do we have a motion to approve the minutes as presented? Okay, Rick, Rafael, and Maynard, yeah, Maynard seconds it. All in favor?
Aye.
All not opposed? Okay, we got it. Passing the minutes. So now we're going to go into the financials, and Jana's got some slides, and our company is doing really well. This is probably the best we've done in our 18 years. Are you in the way? Oh. And as you can see, our revenue was 2.5 million last year as opposed to 1.8 in 2020. And it's projected this year to be 2.7 million. So basically, we're in a situation where our EBITDA, or our earnings before, is the highest it's ever been. So, is there any questions on finances? Okay. Oh, yeah, Dick Peterson is coming on. So you can see on the slide, I don't need really read it to you, but we're doing well. The sales in all areas are really growing, and they're doing well with Tiffany Pink and then our regular main wines and so forth. And we're growing in an area too of national distribution, which makes the company more valuable. Having both strong direct to consumer, which we have because of Jana and our great staff. We have probably the best staff we've ever had. Sorry, Muffin. Yeah, that stuff was pretty good because there was only 2 of you, and they were both. Now there's like 15, but anyway, we have Sally helped us with moving to a Pacific Press Group, which is an accounting group. Sally has retired since the last meeting, and which means we tried to keep her on the board, but she retired from the board as well. And she's smiling, so I hope she's doing a good job. We still ask her questions and stuff, but we have a financial group that we're real happy with that's doing our books now. And you can see from this stuff that we're getting really good numbers, and it's really helping in decision making. And then do you want to introduce this?
There's one more slide.
Can't hear you, Scott.
Okay. Okay. So this is our profit and loss for 2021. And that what you didn't send that to me.
No.
Yeah. So.
That's all right. We can just read it on the screen.
Right. It's pretty.
Less paper. So you just want to get. If anybody yes, right.
Yeah, we'll email it to you. But we're showing so far this year, or no, we showed in January, for 2021, 42,000. Well, net income is 42. Is much greater than that, right?
We had that right off.
So we had but we had a $142,000 profit last year. But once we started with the new accountants, we realized that our inventory wasn't correct. And we had $100,000 write-down in inventory that was being carried forward on the books that we didn't have. So we did an inventory adjustment. And I wanted her to throw it all into, or the accountants, to throw it all into last year, so that this year. So we really had $142,000 gain, where the year before, we only had $515,000. So we really pulled out of the period before and during the first quarter.
Wouldn't that lack of showing inventory in previous years make it profitable?
No, if we had written it down,
So what I'm saying is, if you thought you had the inventory, but you didn't, then that would show as an asset. Wouldn't it?
it shows as an
So
asset.
in the years previous to that, that asset wasn't there.
Well, the asset sits there, whether you use it or not. And the profitability is based on what you sell of that asset, minus its cost of goods. Sally?
We found that problem about in the beginning, the end of 2019. We wrote off 1 year's worth in 2020. We still had 100,000. I was writing off 5 years.
Oh,
They elected obviously to pay all part of the year. That was not in them. It would have looked like we had more assets than we had. But we just been miscalculating and had to reduce.
Yeah. Okay.
It had been going on in my first retirement.
Yeah, so now it's taken.
Now,
Okay. So let's move on then. Do we have any more on financials? Okay. Okay, you want to introduce me?
This is where we are so far for this through April. It shows you our cumulative revenue, which is 119,000. So the right direction. And our net profit through April. You can see compared to where we were last couple of years.
Yeah, we're shooting for 10. And that's what we've always shot. Well, we were at 9 here, but the average profit in the wine industry is only 6%. So shooting for 10 is
Okay, so we'll go on into the sales and marketing section. And before we get that, I'm excited to introduce our new operations manager integrator. And we've been looking for one for years. We knew this was going to be a very important part of taking us forward with the company. And lo and behold, we actually had somebody in our company all along that was able, and we didn't even know it. So Melissa stepped up and said, this is my dream job. I would really love to do this. And all right, because Melissa had been doing many different jobs with us. So she really knows the company. It's okay, well, let's give it a shot. And my goodness, are we thrilled. So I'd love for Melissa to tell you a little bit about her background.
I live in Southern State. I worked with Scott and Jana, or Scott 31 since 2018. Prior to that, I've been in sales and management. And I did that for about 15 years. And I got to the point where I said, I really need to do something. And I
Sorry.
Somebody on the Zoom call has music playing, they're on hold or something. Could you please?
You can put them all on mute, can't we?
Can, but then they can't ask questions.
Why don't you mute everyone?
They're having trouble hearing you. Yeah. This is the very first time we've done this hybrid here. It's not easy.
Hi, everybody. Melissa Kacha here. Moved to Sutter Creek and continue to work for Scott and Jana in one capacity or another, mostly part-time. I help Jana with projects. I help Chef Brian coordinate and keep his events organized, help with event creation, website maintenance, website building. At one point, I did take on the position as tasting room manager at the Sutter Creek Tasting Room. COVID kind of derailed that a little bit, and I went back to being more project working on Scott and Jana, and actually Chef Brian at the time, really with whatever projects they needed help. And then last summer, I took on email marketing, which I'll have to grab the email chip. But that was really a great thing to learn, and it helped me really get an understanding of the market. Tasting rooms, Sacramento and Anaheim County tasting rooms. I know the staff, they learned so much from Muffin, from Dominic, from Molly, from Jana, and from Scott. So this is my first opportunity in the wine industry. However, and it's really all fallen into place. So when I took on this position, it was real easy to kind of hit the ground running because for almost 4 years, I could kind of see where if I had an opportunity, what I might do different. So once I had that opportunity, then it was we've been developing a team who is fantastic. And yeah, we're just moving onward.
Justin is joining. Oh, thank you. All right, here we started 2005. See this wonderful graph here, and you can see where we've been for 17 years. So we're finally getting up there. We're finally past that 2 million and close to 3 million this year. So we even exceeded our forecast. Very exciting. For this year. May, the end of May. And we'll chat. But it was, so we're 14% over where we were year to date last May. And then, so above our 2.7 million. And this is our this is where we are compared to far this year, it's a healthier balance. Not everything is wine is healthy on the tasting room. Wine club is growing, it's just growing. We also have our website, that's the 5% there this year. That one has been much in general, that's where the industry is. COVID, that it's kind of fallen off, just like virtual tasting for everybody. And this is where we are by channel, and this is also year to date in May. You can see the increase, as I mentioned, the club almost 60% last year. Look at the distributor, 169%. Wholesale's about flat, website's about flat, and there's and then also the tasting room is down. It's not without that, as long as the club keeps it tasting.
How many members do we have, Shannon?
300. We'll dive a little bit more into the club itself. But, if anybody has any questions on this graph. Yeah, we're gonna get to that too. Yeah. This is just an overview, and we're gonna drill down into a lot of these channels. And this is our, I thought this was interesting. This is only DTC. It's our revenue by product in the last year. And Petite Raw is number one on revenue brand so far, or wine so far. And we'll get into that.
Yeah, Pizza Raw, we know it was included in.
Melissa?
It was in the, Pizza Raw was included in the February wine fund, and I think that accounts for some of the sales for that. It had never been included in a wine fund before, but it also kind of exposed everybody to this terrific wine. One thing also, Pizza Raw, our staff loves it. So it's the funny thing, so when they talk about it, their eyes light up. And people kind of get that, they get excited about it just without even knowing why it's about it. And it's true that we sell the most of what we love. So they're putting it on the tasting menu more often. What we saw.
That's what everybody else.
Thank you. Sorry about that. Take your card. Sorry, you're okay.
Tried or what?
Yeah, but what we saw is it took a little bit away from the sales of the reserve bar Baron. So we're seeing that kind of give and take is what we're doing. We're really kind of tracking that. We're paying attention to that. So
yeah, I just want to mention, if anybody wants it and hasn't had it, better get a, well, at the tasting, when you go over the tasting room, it's almost enough. And, it doesn't look good. Oh, see. Along the way. So anyway, that's where we are on the revenue. I thought this would be interesting too. Our best seller is Mountain Barbera, but we've had to tell the tasting room to stop selling it. in was about even, and we're happy that they all want it. Trade also wants to buy the 1869. Yeah. We get a much better margin. Yeah. So this is all about the wine club.
Well, I think this is manager. She's been with us a year and a half. She's been amazing. Amanda epitomizes our core values, which are remain consumer focused. She's hands-on attitude. She is collaborative. She's capable. She is she really is a whiz at our which is so important to me. She's a sweet spirit. She is very helpful around the entire team, but above all, she's a task. She's super, super. I think that is so important.
And so to your question is 2,300, you can see we have a little over 2,300. So it's pretty fantastic. And this is something I know it's come up a lot in these meetings that we had a lot of wines, maybe too many wines, but it's really important to have a lot of wine if you're having a wine club. Because people members important now than ever, not only now that we have distribution people say, oh, I don't need to be in your wine club. I can see it. I can get it at Costco for much less, and I can get it down at Rayleigh's, Total Wine. So this is something that's not going to trade. So just want to cover some of the trends and challenges we're seeing. The trend we're going paperless. We want. So anyway, with QR codes, we're going to have stickers, QR codes, shipment, and they can just go to the QR code and get all the information on the wines for shipment. Especially around, we offer a lot of other but we give so much more challenge that people realize that they're all just out of challenge.
We're starting our associates for $15. The majority of our
all these different descriptors we have now. We have, look at that list. There's more coming. Where it shows news at 22, 22. This MT-Con has, I think about 12. We're starting off in 5 states. Well, some of this, so far this year, we're up 73,700. Wholesale wise, these are some of our top wholesale accounts, and up there with Costco and Rayleigh's combinations. We have Teresa. Yes. So thank you, Cal, and Jenny. And so yeah, the house line is such an out. In the analytics, did you want to just, or
I'll touch on it. Jana's actually become a great analytics.
I love this report. It gives us so much information. And every day we get one of these reports, we can see, we can see, are we going up? Where are we? We keep tabs on everything very quickly.
It's a great tool for us to really drill down and measure our in target our strengths and our weaknesses to really kind of drill down on specific data.
And then community benchmark. We have, you deal with that a lot more. This we show how we are doing along the, go ahead.
Yeah, the community benchmark is a reporting tool that we use that allows us to compare our successes to a competitive set, a very specifically chosen competitive set. So we can see a lot of times we go home and we think that we had just such a great day and we had just such a great month or just such a great year. We take a look at one of these reports and look and see that, well, we've done good, they've done better, or vice versa. Sometimes we go home thinking we had a lousy week. We take a look and see across the board, we actually did less lousy than everybody else. So it's just a good way to compare and see our strengths and our weaknesses.
Social media, we compare ourselves about to the people that we in Amador, we watch, who's doing what and how we're up there, and we do a lot of posts all the time. We also do email marketing. We compare which did better, which email did a lot better than another email. We've actually set up a customer journey, which is automated to nurture a sequence from an email sign up to a customer. And we have this lucky orange where we can actually spy on people that are on our website. We could see where they're going, what they're looking at. We don't know who they are, but we see what they're doing. So that's kind of interesting. Events, we do. Go ahead, but we
Yeah, absolutely. So our events, we are continuing with where do I want to go with events? Events have changed. The world has changed. We're slowly dipping our toes into going back before the change. So Virtual events, we're not doing quite as many virtual events as we were, but we are continuing to do them because it is a great touch to our members and our customers that are outside of our visiting range. With our large county-wide events, things like Behind the Cellar Door, those all moved from like a free-for-all into reservation only, sit down visits. I think that may, moving forward, start to slowly go back to the free-for-all that it might be. Don't quote me on that, but that's my gut. And then the grassroots types of sales that we're embarking on. A lot of times it's things like our cigar night tonight, which really was just an idea. It was written down and now it's a thing. And so instead of from 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock generating, a couple $100, it might help to generate $700 just for writing down an idea. So we have seen really good response to things like a cigar night or mimosa Sundays. So those kind of little grassroots things. Also, the benefit to those is they give us great content. They give us things to talk about. They give us things to post on social media so that we always do remain relevant, top of mind. We get great photos, which is important to me because it's tough. We need constant content to continue to be relevant.
Yeah, and so we're building a community, basically. And this is something I just want to briefly mention. You see our little man there. This keeps us ADA compliant on the website. There are people going around suing wineries if they don't have this. So we had to add that. We now have live chat is available. Don't really talk to too many people, but they kind of leave little messages afterwards. So that's kind of nice. It's easy for them if they can't find something. And
What's
so
the ADA thing? What's that mean?
in disabilities.
Yeah, I know that, but what's that?
Oh, so if somebody, I guess, can't hear or is blind, there's a way, I mean, I don't really know all the details, but there's a way that they can maneuver through the website. It helps them in whatever way. I'm not sure how it all works. We just hire that one out and get it just so we don't get sued. We have our app, and I hope all of you have downloaded our app. It's either on Apple or Google. You can do that, and then also we have ways to keep. We have now about 634 users, and then the guest house, our vineyard house, has been really doing well. We did about 28,000 in revenue last year. This year through May, we're about, actually through today or yesterday, we're about 18,000. So it's great for the wine club. It's also great for Airbnb. And you guys, it's free, but I'll tell you, it's hard to get in. It's been discovered, after COVID, everybody wants to go out and do something. And so it's really a struggle. You have to pretty much do what you guys had months out, right? Finally getting in. Initiatives for this year, we're creating a Tickle Me Pink website, really make it its own entity. We're going to focus on e-commerce with these customer journeys. It will continue to be more data-driven. We have the digital trade outreach, and that I'll tell you all about next year because we haven't started it yet, but it's a way to get to the customers or to the trade without having to walk around with a little bag of samples. And we're going to explore some alternative packaging. You know that. There's cans. We've been talking about cans for a long time. And on this wonderful trip that we have planned for the end of next year. We'll be coming with us, which is exciting. We have 17 people now. And it's a small little ship going to Douro, Portugal. And it is it's filling up. It's only 44 cabins. So if you're interested, I have the brochures over there, and okay. Okay.
What about the different tasting rooms? Talk about that. So the mill and the winery and.
What? No, I wasn't going to go into that. What would you like to know about that? Oh, well, the winery is doing the best. You know, it's Sutter Creek really come on this year, and Sugar Mill. It's great, but it's all real small, you know, 1 or 2 bottle sales. But, and that, you know, that would be fine if we could get some information from the, you know, and keep in contact with everybody that comes in, but they have a hard time getting those names. Nobody wants to give that out, so they're just in and out, and we don't really have, you know, the capacity. Trying to, no, I think the screen share stops.
So those of you on Zoom, if you can mute yourself if you're not talking, because we're getting ricochets and so forth. Okay, well, that stopped it. Okay. Good. Okay, so we have marketing and sales. Production is next. The winery's doing fine. We've been looking at trying to work with Charlie on his winery, because we really do need better production facilities. But that's not going to make sense. Especially now with the interest rates going through the roof. So, but we're doing really well. We're increasing our, we're running out of inventory. So we're increasing our grape supply and so forth to deal with the increased cases needed for our increased sales. So Molly's doing fine. And, you know, we're just staying on top of it and doing it.
Scott, where are we making our wine now?
Well, we're making it at the winery there. And then we've opened a new barrel warehouse in Campo in Lodi. I found a place where I can store barrels for $5 a month full of wine, where in Napa, there's $16 a month. So it's, you know, it's a big savings. We were in the sugar mill, and they were about $10 a month there. So I'm always looking at getting our cost of goods down, which is really difficult in today's market, especially with glass. Bottles are very, very difficult to get right now because the bulk of them come from China. And 2 years ago, you would land a container from the port of Oakland from China for $8,000. Today it's $38,000 to land the same container. So you know, the bottle supplier, I was working with them, and you know, they went from $7 a case to $18 a case. Oh, I need to talk over to here. Okay.
So they could see you.
Oh, okay. But anyway, so, you know, under Berlin Packaging, who is our bottle supplier, it says underneath their logo, it says anything is possible. And so I sent them back their quote, and I said, look at your logo and look at what it says underneath. Well, boom, it came back $20,000 cheaper than the bid before it. So you know, you just got to be out there, and you just got to be working hard. But the cost of goods is going up. Cost to pick grapes is enormous compared to what it was in the past, because of our labor situation and our ability to find labor, get labor over the border. But anyway, those are all things that we're dealing with. So you'll see wine pricing going up. over time with all wineries, just because the cost of goods are going up. So that's kind of where we're at. A few things on the business side of it. After running wineries for the last 48 years, I've never been sued. But this company for the first time was sued by an employee. Luckily, Michael, who is our legal counsel, handled it. He got the insurance company, which originally denies all cases that you file, to actually pick it up, and they've got a settlement in the works that the opposing side has already agreed to. So it's being wrapped up, so which is great. So we want to thank Mike for that, because I do not like lawsuits, and so we've done that. And then now that the company is doing really, really well, now's the time to actually to start looking at pulling some of our equity back out of the company. And so the board of directors, Jake here is on our board, and Pooch, we are talking with merger and acquisition people to see what possibilities are out there. If we decide to pursue one of those, that will come to the board, to the membership to vote on, if something arises. So we're just letting you know about that. And then the next, is there any other questions? Because the next is to ratify the board. So we're putting up the same board of directors that we currently have. It's the same board of directors that was put up last year, except for Sally. So our board has shrunk from an even number to an uneven number, which is what we want, where we would rather have it. Yeah, Philip?
I was just wondering if you could go over those options you're talking about as far as selling either a brand or a particular or something that you said you're in contact or looking to.
Well, when you try to sell a business, you work through business brokers. And so, they usually call their companies merger and acquisition companies. So what you need to do is look at your business's health, and you do multiples based on EBITDA and on gross revenue and in earnings and so forth, and then kind of get a feeling for what the business. We're in that process of doing that right now.
So the whole business, not just one.
It could be one brand, or it could be the whole business. You know, everything is up in the air. But we have some real assets with Tickle Me Pink and with Superhero Wine Company. Those are brands that bigger wineries can really roll with. And that's part of our business plan, was to build and sell brands. But we may, if we get an offer for the whole company, then we'll have to entertain that, and we have to bring it to the shareholders. That's our fiduciary responsibility as a board.
Do the shareholders in general understand the concept of these companies that are buying wineries, and they're sort of a conglomerate or a group, a constellation of different wineries?
I don't know if people, a lot of wineries are consolidating into bigger groups, and these companies are buying up wineries for their brands and in their real estate. So that's one place that would look at what we have to offer.
Hey, Scott, this is Michael.
Hi, Michael.
Other than selling the company or selling the brand, is there a certain level of profitability that the company needs to reach before there can be any distribution of money to the shareholders?
We like to operate the winery with a 3-month supply of cash to cover our monthly debts. Okay, So the company right now is spending about $100,000 a month.
Mhm.
And and our cash position is right around 360,000. So we would have to be, I sleep a lot better right now than I have in the past when that ratio was much lower. But I would guess that, and again, that's up to the board of directors and what would they do, but I'd like to see it over 700,000. So we have some cushion there before start making distributions.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, Sally?
The request is set in front of the laptop. Thank you.
Okay.
The other thing is if you do decide dividends, you have to be sure the accountants, and I'm sure they know this, have to calculate your earnings over a specified period of time before you're allowed to pay out the dividends. And
So there's a legal formula.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Sally.
So anyway, again, this is my, did they turn it? You guys turn it off? Oh, okay. I guess they can't see you, Mike, up on the wall, but I can see you here. But okay, any other questions?
Is the
Yeah.
cast of characters for the board set in concrete, or can you nominate other people to join you?
No, that's what this meeting's for. Yeah,
Nominate someone else?
sure, you can put somebody
I'd
forward.
like to nominate Judy Gavin.
Are you interested, Judy?
I would be interested in discussing
Discussing it. I mean, now's the time we both,
Or you have to wait till
But-
next year,
or you
right?
have to wait till next year. I'm okay with it. I think you'd be a good board
I
member.
have no information on how the board operates or how. long
We
it's
meet quarterly. And then we meet, we've been meeting by Zoom. But we're trying to get back to meeting together, and a lot of times it's at Pooch's house, which is Sacramento. We're meeting at Sally's before, but a central location
Member terms are.
till the next year. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you want to get off in the middle of the year, that's probably okay. You know, Sally got off in the middle of last year, so.
So you're willing to add to the board, the number of board members?
I think legally we can have 9, right? Or is it 8?
No, I think we can have this either, well, we never got up. to
Oh,
the
okay.
number.
Yeah,
And
I tend to like smaller boards because when I was at Fully Ado, we had a board of anybody that put in more than a certain amount of money into the company, and it was like 30 people, and you know, it's like a camel is a horse designed by a committee. I mean, it was really hard for me to run that company with 21 board members.
I would be open to that.
Okay, so the current board is Pooch, Jake, Justin, wherever, oh, they're right here in front of me. Jana, I, and Dick Peterson. And is there anybody? And Jason Hughes, who is a financial guy that in Southern California. And he's the one that is helping us with the merger acquisition type thing. And then Judy Gavia. So any more discussion on that? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? You're not opposed, Judy?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, Judy's been great. She brings lots of customers our way, and the Gubitzes as well. And so it's we really appreciate you members sending people to the tasting rooms and stuff. And talking about that, we have, Jana, we have these red bags here. They're wine bags, and
Got them in.
they just got them in. So Jana told me to bring a bunch, and we want you to each take a bag, go to the tasting room, buy wine, and fill them up. And then you can also go, your case of wine for being a board member, or cases depending, are in Sutter Creek. So you can stop by. We didn't bring them here because we wanted to force you to go to the tasting room.
Is
So,
that board members or stockholders?
it's shareholders. It's shareholders, yeah. Stockholders, yeah. Okay. Okay, any other business? I think we're 12. Oh, we're ahead of schedule. Huh. Okay, so do we have a motion to adjourn? Okay, Justin? Pooch, seconds. All in favor? What? You want to say something? Okay, meeting's adjourned. And then the wine's on the back table. There's more wine, and the cooler behind it will open them. And you can just take bottles and take them to your tables. And you can have wine with oh, you're gonna tell us what the menu is, Filippo?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna have, well.
No.
No, not in here.
Where are we gonna do the board meeting, Scott?
We can,
Nobody's gonna hear on the.
let's just go. Oh, no. Oh, Dick's on Zoom. Yeah. I think we can, Dick's the only one that's not there, right? Hi, Barbara. I can see you on the computer. You're looking good. I like your glasses. Yeah, okay. Well, we're gonna go, we're gonna get off the Zoom call. So we'll see everybody on Zoom. Bye-bye. Thank you.
See you, Scott. It's Mark. Bye.
Bye. Hey, Mark.
Drop anyway.
He's gonna drop from the board.
No, sorry. From the call.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get,